Hey Flosstube, it is Michelle from Made by Michelle McGraw. This is Flosstube number 65, and it is January 4th, 2022. Have to think about that. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. If you're not already subscribed, hit the like and subscribe button, and all of my returning stitching friends, thank you. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. And we had a great Christmas. It was busy. I feel like everybody has that complaint of Christmas is just busy. You have to go and do stuff and it's just busy. And we had a good New Year's. We don't really do much for New Year's. So I had the perfect New Year's. We went out to dinner and then we came home and I watched some Flosstube. I watched some movies and I stitched. And I'll show you what I finished on New Year's Eve. So, we're going to get into the stitching, but I wanted to say I hope everybody had a good holiday. I also helped my husband at the farm. He asked me if I would come help him. He was clearing around the fields that we mow, and it just hadn't been done in a couple of years, and the trees start growing in. And he said, if you'll come drive the tractor trailer, I just won't have to keep getting off the track hoe and getting on the truck and moving it. If you'll just come move it. I said, okay, but I'm not dumping it because I don't dump tractor trailers. I'll dump a dump truck. I'll drive a dump truck, but I'm not tractor trailers. So he said, no, that's fine. If you'll just come move it, that'll help me. So I took my stitching. There is a picture on Instagram if you haven't seen it. And I sat in the truck and stitched what he loaded me. But no good deed goes undone. So I called my sister the other day, she's a nurse, and I said, how do you know if you have shingles? And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I have like a rash on my back and on my side. And I thought it was my eczema, but like, I normally don't get eczema on my side and on my back. And I normally get it like on my legs. I sometimes get it on my arm, mainly like if like I get a bug bite and I scratch the bug bite, I have injured the skin and that's where I get eczema. So it's kind of like double wounded because my eczema pops up there. I think there's a word for it and I can't remember what it is. Anyhow, it was kind of weird. And she said, well, shingles hurt. Does it hurt? And I said, no, it's itchy. And then we got to thinking, and I'm pretty sure I got poison ivy. Who gets poison ivy in December, January? Me, I do. I get poison ivy. So I have it on my side, I have it on my back, I have it a little bit on my neck. Fun times. Yeah, I think for helping my husband somehow, either I got it off of his clothes, either, who knows? I don't know. We're all baffled. So I have poison ivy. Yeah. Okay, I have finishes. I'm going to show you those. Let's start with the first one. So the first one is December from Prairie Schooler. Now I did not do the whole piece of this. I have done these blocks before individually for my cross stitch boards. If you are interested in knowing what my cross stitch boards are, I think episode 35, it says special edition cross stitch boards. And I did a whole video on them and I show them. Go back and refer to that. So I did just the picture at the bottom. Now, to me, this was more of a winter picture than it is. I know the pattern says December, but I really think that it's perfect for January. So that's what I did it for. Let me get my card here. And I'll show you up close in a minute. This is Picture This Plus Mystery Color. I thought it was one color, and now I think it's something else. So I really don't know. It had lost its tag. But it was a piece that I had left over and I used it. And I used all the called for. So I think this is so cute for just winter time. I don't think that this screams Christmas to me. It screams winter to me. So that's what I'm going to use it for. So that will be finished into a pillow and displayed shortly. I really like this one. I always love Prairie Schoolers. Prairie Schoolers are my comfort stitch. I really, really enjoy stitching on Prairie Schoolers. They're just easy. They're just relaxing. I really enjoy them. So that was one of my finishes. I'm gonna try to throw this over here. Okay, the next one that I finished, I started this on Christmas Eve and I finished it on Christmas Day. So a very quick finish. This, once again, is just a scrap piece of fabric that I had. It is an Aida. I don't know the name of it. I stitched this using Color and Cotton Dark Indigo floss. And this is French Country Snowman from JBW Designs. Now, this says, "In the meadow, we can build a snowman." And I'm pretty sure that that is a Christmas song. So I just left it off because I think he's perfect for winter. He's really pretty. I don't think the variegation is showing up fantastic, but it's very pretty in person. It just looks like more like navy, and this actually has some light blue in it. Not sure if you can see it. Maybe in here. The light isn't great on it to see the variegation, but it's very, very pretty in person. So that one I did. It's a quick stitch, very quick stitch. So that was a lot of fun. I'm debating about finishing him into a stand-up. I have to see when I go to finish if I make him into a little stand-up. Okay, let's throw that over there. All right, the next one is a whip that I've had for a while. I started this in February of 2021, and I stitched it on 14 count Picture This Plus Murky. I did make an adaptation to this. This is Sunday Stitches Amazing Grace from Heartstring Samplery. Now, I did not stitch it like it is. I stitched it I did it as red work using Belsois Tulip. I started this on Ash Wednesday for a Lent start. I didn't finish it, but I also did this because Amazing Grace was my dad's favorite hymn. So I stitched it in his memory. And let me show you my stitch piece, and then I'll show you up close. Make sure I have it in the right way. Okay, so here is my stitch piece, and as you can see, I just did it all in red work. I love this. I also made a little, in memory of, I just put "Miss You Dad." I put his initials and the year he died. So I'm gonna get this framed. That's gonna go on my wall because I really, really love that. And Belsois Tulip is one of my favorite reds. So I really like the way this turned out. I liked it just being a red sampler and using it as an remembrance piece for my dad. So my dad died when I was 3 months pregnant with my oldest son. So my dad never got to meet any of his grandkids. So he knew I was pregnant. So yeah, that was kind of a nice piece to do for him. I had started it. I really wanted to finish it. I finished it. I moved on to finish another piece. So my goal in December was to stitch winter. And I finished the Prairie Schooler and the Snowman. I think there's one or two other maybe winter pieces that I've done. I'd have to look through my box. And I think I might have one left over from last year that I need to finish. So when I finished the Prairie Schooler, I didn't think I had enough time to totally do some of the winter projects that I wanted. So I decided I was going to take the last week of December and I was going to work on some whips. So this was a whip that I started in 2020, and it is Through the Storms by Silver Creek Samplers. And I stitched this on 28 count Over the Rainbow by Crosswing Collection. Now, I love their linen. Their linen is very, very nice. I've had a couple pieces and I just love it. Let me try to get this on here so you can see. I didn't iron the top part. I ironed it a little bit, but apparently not enough. Okay, so this is my finish. This is what I was working on New Year's Eve. And I really love this because the sentiment is, no relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share one umbrella and walk through the storms together. So, and then I added our initials. So this was my maiden name. And then our wedding date. And over here is the year that I stitched it. It is not probably going to show up to you because it's really, really blended in there. But that does say 2021 is when I finished it. So I love this piece. I love the fabric. I did put my initials now right here just because my initials have changed. So I put that in there. I love this. The fabric was perfect. I loved the rainbow fabric for it. It was just a great call. And I'm going to get this framed. I don't know what frame yet, but I'm going to get it framed. So I wanted to finish that. I finished it under the wire on New Year's Eve, and I was glad to get that out of my whip pile. Okay, this is my last fully finished, and then we're going to talk about my whips. So this is, hold on, I got a huge string, and I need the chart. Okay, this is the first part of the chart. You'll see the second part in my whips. And this is called With This Ring from Needle Love Company. And I am doing the bride and groom. So why am I doing the bride and groom? Well, I want to put them out for Valentine's Day because what says love more than a bride and groom? But then also I want to leave the bride and groom up through March 8th with it, which is our anniversary. So every year I want to put out the bride and groom, and then I'm going to do a little anniversary piece. When I say anniversary, something with our wedding date on it, or something with wedding, not just Valentine's, with our personalized stuff on it, which will be beside it on my stand. So that's, I did the bride, I'm working on the groom. You'll see him in a little bit. Let me do a close up. These is the same company of the pilgrims, the turkey, and the Indian set that I did at Thanksgiving, and I love them. Same type of design. So I finished the bride. Now, I stitched her. She is supposed to be stitched on 7-count fabric. The 7-count fabric that I had was cream. I thought I bought white. I couldn't find it. So I used 14-count opalescent. I'm not sure if you can see the sparkles in it, maybe slightly. But if you do 14 count stitching over 2 on 14 count, and you normally don't do that, it would equal 7-count fabric. It was perfect. You use all 6 strands. I will tell you, she took 4 skeins of white, of B5200. So she takes a lot of white because you're using all 6 strands. But I can't wait to finish her into a stand-up and put her up. I also had an idea, which I'm going to try to work in this year, of doing a birthday. So I have several different stands, display things, which I don't have enough for all of them to be out at one time. So I kind of rotate them around. But I want to do one shelf of the stand that would be like my wedding stuff. So that would be out for wedding. I also want to do their birthdays. So I want to do my kids' names. I did their names in plaid for ornaments a couple years ago. Loved them. They're one of my favorite ornaments that I did for them ever. I want to do that again, but do them into pillows so they can stand up. I don't know if I'm going to use the plaid, or I have, the pattern is from Stitchin' Mama. And if you Google Stitchin' Mama, she pops up. And she has a plaid alphabet and a camo alphabet. I think there's a chevron alphabet. And so I want to do those, like do their name in the alphabet and then do some sort of like happy birthday and have that out for like 2 weeks before their birthday. I just think that that would be so cute as one shelf of my stand that they could have and see out. So that's something I'm going to work on this year too. So bride and groom kind of went to the birthday. But I like being able to have something out that my family celebrates and is unique to them. So, okay. That's all of my fully finishes. I do have whips, but let me talk about my finishes. So for 2022, I have one finish so far, which was the bride. I finished her this year. Last year, I had 112 finishes. 112 fully finishes. I should say finishes. Some of those might not be fully finished, but stitched. I started the year out, this is kind of funny. I started the year out with 93 whips. Now, that sounds like a lot. And it is a lot. I giggle because maybe I should feel bad about having 93. I don't, just so you know, I don't feel bad about it. So some of those became UFOs. I didn't want to finish them, or I repurposed them. So some of those did. I did work it down, but the problem being is I also, since I was stitching seasonally and I had a schedule, like January, I'm stitching Valentine's and anything that could be left out for the wedding stuff. February, we'll be stitching just a couple pieces of St. Patty's, and then spring. So I have it set like at the end of the month, that's it. If I haven't finished it, it gets put in the bag and put on the shelf. Now, some of the stuff that I have on the shelf is still out there because I have other pieces of the set I want to finish. So if I decided to do, let's say, the Prairie Schooler Santas, I'm always working on a Prairie Schooler Santa. There's always one started, but all of my Santas are in one bag, and that stays on the whip shelf. Even though I'm not going to work on that until it's Christmas stitching time, if that makes sense. So I had total 93 whips last year. I worked that number down, but I also added to that number. So little things that I could have finished, I just didn't get finished. I had to put them on the shelf. So I'm coming into this year with 93 whips again. So I think it's funny because I'm like, well, I just finished 2. How did I not reduce my whip count? But I have several pieces, like I said, there's little finishes that I just need to spend a little bit more time on. I also had in that number 93 starting this year, I have 4 current whips. So 4 of those are current whips that I'm working on, and they're smalls and they'll be finished up soon. I went through my whips and I looked, and I have 29 of them that I could very easily finish within this year. They're small, they fit that block. I could definitely work at least 29 of them. So my whip count didn't change from one year to the other, but it's different, if that makes sense. So it's already, it is what it is. I have another one that I'm going to pull up to finish. Well, I'm already down 1 whip. So I had 93 starting this year. I'm down to 92 already because one of those whips that I was working on got finished. So I know that freaks some people out. It does not freak me out. I have shelves in my craft room, and I just have them lined up, and they're there. And some of them are big projects, so I know they will not be finished this year. I don't know how much time I'm going to dedicate to big projects again this year, but we'll see. We'll see. So 112 finishes from last year, but my whip count stayed the same at 93. Oh boy. All right. Let me show you some more projects that I worked on now. So I have worked on 12 Oaks from Country Magic Stitch. And I love these vintage travel posters. I love these. I have done probably 7 of them already. They're framed on my wall. Gone with the Wind is one of my favorite books. And so I wanted to do 12 Oaks. I had originally started it, and it was a to-go project. Let me show you my original start. And I have tent stitched all of them. My problem is I wasn't liking it, and I think it's because I thought the tent stitches was looking messy. And you're probably going to say they don't, but when I look at them up close, they do, and it's because I was traveling and doing it, and I just wasn't happy. I decided to restart it. So this whip didn't change, but I did restart it just to see if I would love the project again by doing it regular stitched. And so you can see my start, and I do like it. It's still on the 14 count opalescent because this is what I started all of them on. So I'm just going to continue. I do like it just regular stitch, and I think I'm going to continue here out by just regular stitching them. So I kept the other one in case I didn't like it and I could, you know, I didn't want to trash it before I decided. But I did restart it. It's a lot of green. So whichever one that I work on next of those, because I love Country Magic Stitch, she's on Etsy. She also has her own website as well. You can order from either of them. She just came out with Kellerman's from Dirty Dancing. I so have to do that one. And then there was another one out. I can't remember, but go follow her on Instagram, Country Magic Stitch. They're fantastic. Okay, the next one, and I'm sorry about the dogs. I have one dog inside. The rest of them are outside because they want to be naughty and bark. Okay, the next one was my project that I was working on in the truck. And since this one is kind of I just lost a needle somewhere. Oh, no, it's right up here. I didn't want to lose my needle, so I'm going to rethread it right quick. This one is my to-go project. So I try to leave this where I can get to it very simply and take it with me if we're going somewhere. And this is Country Cottage Needlework Forest Deer. And this is the Welcome to the Forest set. And I want to do these for spring because I really think the colors are very pretty. Now, this is the fabric that I chose, and I think it is Picture This Plus Sterling, which I really like, although the white, while it shows up, is not predominant, so I'm changing the border on here to just another color in the pattern. In the pattern, it shows it as white, and so you can barely see it on their color too. I'm changing it just to another one. And I think all of them will have a different color border because that'll be fine. So that is one of my whips that I'm working on. And I just keep it in my little to-go bag with all my string in there. And it's easy to grab. Okay, another whip, which I just was talking about, is the Groom from the Bride and Groom set from Needle Love. Now, Needle Love is, these are discontinued patterns, so you have to get them on the secondhand market or eBay. And that's the Groom, that's my start. So I need to finish him. And I've been working on him. Once again, I'm stitching him over 2 on 14 count. Okay, so my last whip, and I don't know, I worked on it a little bit, but actually not that much. So this is my work project, and I normally go and work in the office all day on Fridays. I might be in there another time during the week, but I'm doing other things. Friday, I'm just running the window, so I have time to switch. Well, I build in the morning, but then I just have the afternoon to stitch. So I'm working on, I don't think this has a name, but it is the Baby Yoda stocking from Cross Stitch Style Art on Etsy. And I decided to stitch it on this blue fabric, so I didn't have to do all of the blue. And I don't think I put much in. As you can see, it's going to be big, but I'm working on his hand. And this is going to continue to be my work project until I finish it. I think that's the plan right now, is to try to work on the stocking, take it to work with me, and work on this stocking all year long. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to have enough time to get I want to get at least 3 stockings done this year. They may not be fully finished, but at least finish the stitching. So that's my goal with that. We'll see if it happens. All right, so that is all of my whips and my finishes. I'm going to do a giveaway Once again, we're just going to go with numbers on this. If you want the giveaway, just put your number in the response. You can add it to the end of your comment, but put them as numbers, don't spell out the number, okay? This is from Hand Blessings Spring Quilt. Now this is the pattern only, but that is a cute spring pattern. And if you want this, just put number 1. And the next one is Plum Street Samplers. This is Cow Pile. And if you're interested in this pattern, just put number 2. And the third one, this is actually one that I stitched. I adore this pattern. Adore it. This is actually framed in my bathroom and I love it. This is Miss Mandrake from Barbara Anna Designs. Now, when I say it's from my stash, I always make a working copy. So this is a copy that is completely good. But I did stitch this pattern. And there is Miss Mandrake. One of my favorite. She was so fun to stitch. The colors, I just loved it. Loved it. Put number 3. So 1, 2, or 3. You can put all, you can put 1, you can put some. There you go. Okay, I have haul, and then I thought it would be fun, since I don't have any fully finishes, I thought it would be fun to show you all of my cut through designs that I've been collecting. Now I am missing one whip in this, and that is my dollhouse from Bright Needle. I cannot find it on my shelf. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in my craft room, but I also have been reorganizing my craft room, and so I just can't put my hands on it right now. And it might have been like a whip that fell behind my whip bags. So there's another one that I'm not going to show. I'll show you something that's similar to it, but I do have it. It is a whip. It was supposed to be worked on every month on my birthday day, which is the 21st. That didn't happen. I don't know why I even say those kind of plans, because it never happens. Sometimes I don't even know what the date is. So I can't do that. I can't work on something on the 21st if I don't know when it's the 21st of the month. Silly, silly. So I have been collecting these cut through designs because I love them. So I wanted to show you some examples, if you like these, what they are. Sorry, puppies just going around. All right, so the first one is, I got some of these bothy threads through Facebook. So Facebook stash unload group, something like that. Actually, Pam had sent me a message about a cut through design that was in an album. I loved it, grabbed it. While I was fixing to leave the group, I saw this album of all bothy thread designs. And I was like, I love bothy threads, but they're pricey to get because I think they're normally like $40. And they normally come with fabric sometimes, and sometimes they have the floss. Some of these are marked chart only, so she didn't get them as a kit. I don't need the whole kit. It's fine. I have fabric. I wanted one of them. I think the castle one. I'll show you that. And so when I was talking to her, I said, well, how much if you want to sell the whole album? And I think there was 10 charts, and she cut it in half, and I think I ended up paying $10 or $20 for each chart. And I was so thrilled. I think $10 actually. I think she was asking $20 per chart, and I think I got them for 10. So that was fantastic. So some of these came from that haul. So like this one had fabric with it. I don't think Bothy Threads carries this fabric, but she must not have wanted it. And so this is Silk Weaver's fabric. So she stuck it in there. I was very grateful. She didn't need to do that. She was fantastic. But this is Cut Through Florist. So that is just cute. I think that would be really cute as a summer piece. Now these are quite involved. So it is something that I would have to start and kind of work through, but they're really cute. I love the details in these. I feel like it's the Where is Waldo pictures, and I think maybe that's why Bothy Threads ones I like so much, because I feel like you can stare at the picture and keep finding details. Like, I just love that. So, I mean, like there's a bone underneath the house. Yeah, there's just little details that I love. So, yeah. Okay, The next one I'm going to show you is from Creative Poppy, and this is called the City Mouse and the Country Mouse. And you could do these as one chart, or you could make this a house and then this a house. I think this is so cute. Little difference in the city house and the country house. So adorable. Love that. I need to put this in a page protector. This is called Mythical Medieval Mansion from Tiny Modernist. I think that is adorable. So cute. Now, some of these I'm not going to start anytime soon. Some of these, like if I ever have a granddaughter, I am so stitching this for them. I think that would be so cute. Okay, this one is Bothy Threads Cut Through Gypsy Wagon. Once again, the detail in this is amazing. It is so pretty. And she included some floss in here. I don't know if she stitched this or what, but I thought that was really nice. Once again, not required because I only bought them as charts. This is the one that I actually like totally wanted, and then I asked her about the other ones. This was the Bothy Threads Cut Through Castle. And I love the details on this one. You've got a witch up here in the attic. You've got a guy in the dungeon. I mean, you have moat detail, like the moat that wraps around the castle. It is just so amazing. I love this. All right. Let me just move some of these. Okay, now this one was actually given to me by a viewer, and I already have the fabric picked out. I have two fabrics in here. I can't decide which one yet, but I have kitted it and I want to start it. And this is Bright Needle Esmeralda's House. And this is like the dollhouse that I have from the same company. So Bright Needle is also discontinued, so you have to get them on the secondhand market. Love, love, love this. A viewer offered this to me, and I was like, I will pay you for it. And she's like, no, I'd like to pass it on to you. I have it kitted and ready to go. So when I do Halloween stitching, if I can hold off that long, this is getting started. I should probably finish my dollhouse first. But that sounds like a plan, and I just told you I don't listen to plans. I say I'm gonna do something and then I totally do the opposite, so there you go. Okay, now this one was also told to me from a viewer. I had the chart, totally forgot about it. I bought this chart when I was in Vegas, and this is Little House Needleworks Kringles. That is a cut through. I think if I do Kringles, because Kringles is quite big, it is 193 by 232. I almost wonder if I would leave off one of the floors. Like, I think that would be pretty, just to make it 2-story. But I bought this kitted up in Vegas with a specialty thread pack. And so I do have it ready to go. That was one that I had forgotten. This is Bothy Threads Cut Through Camper Van. Oh, cute little puppy driving. All of the details, so cute. And now this one is from Bent Creek, the house. This is the Garland Party. And I don't know if I have, yes. Okay. I am missing part 3 to this one. So I actually need to leave this out and try to get part 3. So here is the Christmas house. And then here is part 2, which is Santa in his chair, exhausted. And then I need part 3, which is not this piece, but this piece is another piece that kind of has the cut through look, but it's a small piece. So maybe you don't want to do a big piece. This would be a little piece to do. But this is a different pattern. Now I could easily make this the top of the house. And if I can't find the other pattern, I could easily adjust this one. But I think I'll be able to find it. So, Okay, this is another bright needle design. And this is Needlework Shop. Now this is so cute too. And if you can see it, I don't know if this is a picture, so it's a very, very old chart, but this is a floss display. How cute is that? I love this one. So all of the bright needle ones are so, so cute. All right, this is another Bothy Threads cut through Haberdash, I'm sorry. So cute. Once again, some of these are not ones that are on my radar to stitch right away, but she was getting rid of the whole lot, willing to sell at a really good price, so I jumped on it. All right, Santa's House. This is a 6-part, it was a mystery series, and this is part 1, which is the house from Tiny Modernist. And then you have all of the rooms is shown here. So I have the other rooms, but there it is completed. So that is really cute. I'd like to do that one, but I already have a Christmas house started that I need to finish before I start that one. So this one is another nose itch. What do they say? Somebody's talking about you? This is Bright Needle Christmas House. And I started this a way back. I've worked on it a little bit this year, but I didn't finish it again. So, but this is one that I could easily finish too. So I have the outline of the house, but not everything done. I have one room done. There's another chimney that goes over here, snow, all of the details. I know that I'm stitching this on, I think it's 18 count gingerbread. Now, these bright needles are normally said to be stitched 1/1 on like 28 count, I think is what it says. I don't do that. You can easily stitch them 1/2 or on Aida. So I used Aida because when you got big gaps, it's easier to count and not make a mistake. Let's be honest. For me anyhow, it's easier when I have big gaps to count over. And I was like, that's the perfect color. I really like how my white is showing on there. All right, this is Bothy Threads Cut Through Lighthouse. And she sent all the floss. Once again, that was not needed, but very appreciative. That would be really pretty for the summertime. This is Bothy Threads Cut Through Tea Shop, and I just think this is adorable. Just so cute. I think it would be cute to do like a cut through year. A whole year of cut throughs. Wouldn't that be fun? People who don't like cut throughs are like, no, that would not be fun. All right, this is another whip, and I could get this done as well this year. So this is Brenda Gervais Christmas Cottage. I don't know the material because I didn't pull my card for this one. I don't know the name of the material. It is probably a 20 count. Let me get my board so you can. I have page 1 of it. I think there's 4 pages, but they're not full pages. So I think I have page 1 done. Now, I am doing this on Aida, so there is a little lamb up on the mantle that I will not do. I'm just going to leave him off. I really want to make him into a pillow, or a little decorative. I don't want to frame him. So I wanted to do them on the smallest fabric I can. I think this is 20 count. It might be 22, but probably 20 count. So that is another whip that I could get done this year as well. Once I go back to Christmas stitching, which I'm not at right now. This is Nikki's Creation House of Quilting. Now, I will tell you, her cover pictures are not great. I have seen her stuff done. It kind of like the cover picture kind of makes it look dark and dingy. They are not like that. Now, I don't know. I haven't stitched this, but I've seen some stuff stitched and I just think it's a bad cover picture. So keep that in mind. I also have House of Halloween. I think that's so cute. And these are not huge. They're, I don't know. I thought I had stitch count here and I don't have stitch count, but they're not huge. Okay, let's do another Bothy one. This is Bothy Threads Cut Through Windmill. Now, I don't know when I would do this, but I think it's really pretty. I think it's cute. This is House of Sewing from Nikki's Creations. I think it's really, and I think there's a House of Stitching that I don't have. This is Stony Creek, The Night Before Christmas. And this is a great house. I really, 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 really love that. I actually like this even more. I would put it higher than Kringle's for me because I love the Santa up on the roof. I think there's a mouse somewhere in here. It's just adorable. I just really love this. Okay, this is Bothy Threads Cut Through Toy Shop. And I looked on these. Some of these are not available anymore on Bothy Threads. So I was glad to pick them up. This one isn't totally a cut through, but it kind of is a cut through. This is Country Kitchen from Homespun Elegance. See that one up there? It's not a total cut through, but it's a little bit of a cut through. So it counted in this basket. This is Cutaway, Christmas Cutaway from Pickle Barrel Designs. I really, really like this one too. I think the red with on that blue fabric looks really good. And this is not that big. This is 89 by 153 stitches. So I hope to get to this one this year. Okay, the next one is Haunted the House from Bent Creek. And so you have the Halloween house. And then you have part 2 and part 3. So I really like that one too. These are not huge, I don't think. No, 76 by 160. Now you have to stitch the rooms, but the frame is not that big. This is a little bit of a cut through, so I added it to the pile, which is called Halloween Collection from Thistle Designs, which is like an armoire. And I just think that's kind of cute. It kind of goes with the cut through theme. This is Bothy Threads Cut Through Stable. Very, very cute. And I'll do this last one from that group, which was Cut Through for Bothy Threads Garden Shed. This would be really cute for the summertime. Those dogs are annoying me so bad, it's not even funny. But I'm just glad that the other one is not barking. Okay, this is a cute one too. This is from Bent Creek, the house called Green, and it's a gnome house. And so you got the little gnomes down here. And then you got the mushroom. Wait a minute, there's a bonus chart. This is the bonus chart. So this is like a little outhouse that you could put with it with the mushroom top. And then this is part 2. And this is part 3 to go in the cut through. And I love those. I think that would be cute for summer. Okay, the next one, kind of a cut through, I included it, is Chicken Coop from Thistle's Designs. And you can see the chickens in their coop. And then I have Tiny Modernist, The Haunted Mansion. It is a 7-part series. I've seen lots of people work on this. Let me see if I can find the fully finished. Yes, this is it fully finished. Love that. That's a big project too. Okay, Barbara Ann Designs Crowded House. Really cute. This is one, I don't think that I got this because I think I got this as a full kit, but maybe I got it from her. I can't remember. This is Bothy Threads Cut Through Magic School. And this has some really cute details on it. I really like that. Kind of goes like, it looks to me, reminds me of Harry Potter. Different, but I mean, that's just what it reminded me of. So I liked that. This is Barbara Anna Designs Witch House. And it's just a little cut through house, and I think that's so cute. This is 51 by 68 stitches, so extremely doable. It'll go in the Halloween pile. I've showed this one before. This is the Cricut collection, and it is called Noah's Ark, and I really like the cut through arc. Now, the only bad thing on here is all these animals are actually buttons. So now you could do an alphabet in here, or you could find other animals and stitch them in there. They do not give you the animal patterns though. Okay, if you like a little cut through, but not too crazy, Prairie Schooler Santa's Night. This is a little cut through. So cute. Now this one is one I think I got on Stash Unload. This might have been the one that Pam told me about, and then I snatched it up. I really do like it. It's all through the house from Leisure Arts, and it has two different houses. So you got this house up here, and then you got this house down here. Now I would modernize the colors, but it's cute. This is, let's see, Victorian Dollhouse from Joan Elliott Designs. Really cute. And this is Welcome to the Creative World of Nimble Needle. And this is called Grandpa's Farm. Now, I really like this as a banner, but you could also pull out and just do the house. So here's the whole chart. I don't remember where I bought this from. I've had it for a while. But there's the cut through house. But I really love it as, like, they show it as a whole banner. And I really like that too. So it just gives me an inch finish. 8.5 by 8 1/4 by 35 inches. So that's not too bad. And my last cut through is Hollow Day Inn from Brenda Gervais. Really cute. So those are my cut throughs that I've been gathering. And I hope you enjoyed seeing them. I said I was going to show you all of them. I think I have a couple more, but I just didn't put it in that basket. And I didn't find the dollhouse one. Okay, I've had a couple people ask me about my stands. So I have two different stands. I have the Dubco and I have the Patoki. Which one do I like the most? It depends what I'm doing. The Dubco is heavier because you've got these big knobs here. So it sits really well on a desk. I use this every week when I stitch at work. I put my project in here, I set it on the desk, I can help customers, and it just holds my project, it's not in the way. I use this every single week. I use my Patoki stand sitting in my recliner, and I just put a pillow on my lap. And my Patoki stand, I use it every single day. So while I think they are both great, I think the Patoki is lighter on my lap. But there is more adjustability with the Dubco. The Patoki stand has a huge wait list, a wait time. So I ordered another stand from them because I'm so obsessed with their stand. I wanted to make sure if for some reason something happened to my Patoki stand and it broke, I would have another one. I do think the Patoki stand folds down easier for really compact, like if you were traveling. The Dubco folds down, but it's just bulkier and heavier. Like I said, though, as a desk stand, this can't be beat. I have used this in my lap, but because I put a pillow in my lap and I stitch, This one kind of wants to sway a little bit because the heaviness of it. But on my desk, it is 100% my favorite stand. So just different applications for both stands. But those are the two stands. They are pricey. It is something that you need to save up for or budget in your cross-stitching budget. I would recommend, if you stitch in your lap, I would recommend the Patoki. If you stitch on a table or at a desk, I would recommend the Dubco. Dubco, I don't know what their lead time is right now. The Patoki is, I think, 8 or 9 months. So if you want a Patoki one, you could put your order in. You don't pay for it until you're like queued up in line. And then they say, send you a PayPal request and you pay for it then. The Dubco, I think you pay for it at the time of purchase. I think. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've ordered that one. So I do have some more stash. Let's see. Okay, we could do these. I've got some stash that came in. I wanted to share with y'all. Oh, let's see what I got here. Okay. I have started the Nutcracker Village from Country Cottage Needleworks. I've started collecting the patterns. They are not on my radar to do right away, but I am a sucker for all of their like sets, so I had to get that. I did order the specialty floss with it, and that came with the first pattern, and then I got the fabric for each one. I'm not going to do them as a big one. That I don't think I am. I got my this is December Club from Fat Quarter Shop of MPI Silks. And I've been getting this for a couple months, and I do really like having those on hand. I also got the first one to Little House Needleworks Fall on the Farm. Now, what I found out this past fall stitching is that I got stuck in stitching Halloween. I love stitching Halloween. I need more fall. This is going to be one of my major ones that I do for fall this year. I will be hopefully focusing on fall. Halloween draws to me. I love stitching Halloween colors, but I need more fall things that I can leave out after Halloween into Thanksgiving. I did get the fancy floss for that pack as well. Now, I bought two books from Amazon. So this is A Cross Stitch Christmas. I have another book I'm going to show. A viewer sent me. And then this is The Spirit of Christmas. And this does have cross stitch in it, but it has a lot of other stuff in it. No, actually, this is the one, I think. Hold on. This was sent by Kelly. Sorry, this one was sent by Kelly. She included some rickrack. And I marked it on the page I really liked. Look at all of these nativity ones. I loved those. So Kelly, thank you so much for sending this on. I knew one of these books was. The other one I ordered off of Amazon. I always look at their books like that because they always have some great projects in them. I feel like I had another book that was given to me by a viewer because I stuck the card in it. Hold on. Ugh. Yes, this one was Diane. She sent this Oh Christmas Tree book. So I had two books, sorry. I was like, wait a minute, I know there's one more. And there was a pattern in here. I thought I had it labeled, but I guess I didn't. Of that I really, really liked. I mean, all of them are great. Oh, here we go. A really great nativity set. Now, I've started my nativity set, but I will tell you, these are very close to my nativity set. And I'm going to stick these in the bag because this pattern has sheep with it and a donkey, and I really like all of the extras with a nativity set. So I plan on sticking this in my nativity bag for those extras. So thank you so much for that. Let's see, what else did I get here? Okay, let me throw up some of this stuff so we can look at it. Ugh. Okay, I did get some more iron-on labels, and these are from Ever Emblem on Etsy. This is how they come. I get mine. I got some more 2022 labels because I didn't have very much, so those came in. I haven't opened up the package yet, but I bought some more. They're very inexpensive, I think. I get the 3-second iron-on ones. Okay. I think I already showed that. I did get my next Let's Go sledding ornament club. This is number 12. And I ordered these through Crazy Annie's site. I also have ordered, and I think it's through Crazy Annie's as well, By the Bay Needle Art. And this is the Home Sweet Home collection. I really like these for the summertime. Here's all of the patterns, but I really think that these are pretty just summery ones. I also found, somebody alerted me this on Etsy. I think it was on Etsy. And it is a Jean Farish cross-stitch stocking. And it's a cut through. So of course I had to buy it. I love that. And you could do this without being a stocking. You could totally just do that house. It doesn't have to be cut out into a stocking. I really liked that. So I grabbed that. Thank you for a viewer. Let me know that was there. I went to my cross stitch store and I got the Hands-On Design, the Kitchen Counter series, which is a series of 3 charts, and then there's a 4th chart. So this is called Take Whisks. This is called If I Came with the House. It Came with the House, I'm sorry. And then Lick the Bowl. Now, one of these has, and I don't think they show it, so I can't dig it out. Oh, yes, they do. They show it right here. It's a bonus chart, and it is the kitchen conversions. And I really, really like that. I think that is so handy, especially for like a wedding present, because how many of us, when we first got married and we're like, oh, we have to like cook for somebody else, how many times did you have to get a cookbook out and look at those conversions? And I think that that would be so good to stitch that up for like a bride, maybe for a bridal shower. I thought that was so cute. All right. This book I got off of Amazon. It is Veronique in Ginger. I don't think that's how you say her name. It is French, but this is Fables and Fairy Tales. And let me tell you, the artwork in here is just beautiful. Let me see if I can show this without showing a chart. So like I'm just picking a random page. Isn't that pretty? Like it's all like, this is the 3 little pigs. And I'm covering up this side because that's the side of the chart. But this is a beautiful book, and I think I got a Christmas one too. So this one I got because I loved the Christmas one so much. Let me show you the Christmas one that I got. This is The Magic of Christmas. Same designer. And let me show you just a couple patterns in here. So this one I can show you just these sweet little, are they not so cute? I like the design part. Like, I like how it's designed. Like, I'm sorry, this reindeer down here, adorable. So I bought those 2 books off of Amazon. They weren't that expensive. I will buy used books as well. I am not picky on my books. Also look in your library, because a lot of times your library will order those type of books and put them on the shelf. So any of these books could be possibly in your library. Check with them. I went to my cross stitch store and I bought these sets. I do think I want to do some of these for the ornaments for the boys next year. And they are Santa's toy ornament from Stony Creek. And you've got 2 ornaments per chart. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm obsessed with that helicopter. That is so cute. I like the snow machine too. I bought those. And I bought Woodland Standa from Stony Creek because that's just gorgeous. I also bought this Flamingo Bells from Hands On Design. This was kind of an idea of possibly doing this ornament for my nephew next year. He has a beach themed tree. I haven't totally settled that on that. This one I bought because it was on sale at my cross stitch store. It was in the markdown bin. But I really think this is really pretty for Easter, just to take Jesus on the cross and do him. Stitch him up. I think that would be really pretty. I got Country Seasons from Prairie Schooler because for some reason I don't have this one. So I bought that. And these are like in between, like over a couple weeks. I got my Color and Cotton. I get 20 count. This is my club. I get the bright, and then I also get the, I think neutral is what it's called. And this is Tuscan 20 count. I love Color and Cotton. I love their fabric. I also got the February calendar crates from Stitching with the Housewives. I've not done any of these yet, but I have them. And I had an order from 123 Stitch. Let's see what we got in here. These are some ones that I did not have of Lizzie Kate, and I picked them up. This is Dear Santa, We Have Cookies. I'd like to do that for my gingerbread. This is Old School Santa 2016, Lizzie Kate. I really, really love Lizzie Kate. Finally a Farm Girl did some of those, and she fell in love with them too. I have some, but these are ones I didn't have. Ready or Not, Santa 01. 'Tis the Season, Santa 07. And Wanted, Santa 02. I also got this is a double flip series that you can do as a whole, all the little words, but I just wanted the one that said cookies to put with my gingerbread. I also got the cut through, this needs to go in my cut through pile, from Bent Creek, Liberty House, and all of the pieces are in this one. So that was kind of nice. Really like that. I hope to start that when I do 4th of July stitching. And this one was Little Dove Designs, the Nutcracker. I think they're very cute. And then I bought one, Winter Alphabet. I didn't have it from Lizzie Kate. I'd like to do it, but winter stitching is over for me. I'm already starting on Valentine's stitching, so next year. And then this is Dear Santa, I've Been Good from Lizzie Kate. So those are a couple charts that I didn't have that I placed an order for. So plans, the reason why I did not do a whip parade, or I don't think I'm going to do a whip parade, is my plans are basically to continue to do smalls again this year, just like I did last year. Certain month I do stitching, some months I will go back to Christmas stitching in July, and then I stitch Christmas the rest of the year. So I have 6 months of stitching other seasons, and then I go back to Christmas. And while I hope to pull some of my projects from my shelf and work on them, especially ones that I had that I didn't finish last year, I don't think I'm going to pull out big, huge projects and make a lot of progress. So some of those projects you're not going to see this year. So I don't know that it's going to matter to you because you won't see them the whole year. So that's why I didn't do a whip parade. Hopefully you'll see at least 20 some projects pull out from my whip, and I will work on them. But my goal is to do smalls again. I had a great time stitching the smalls. I enjoyed finishing them. I enjoyed decorating with them. I still have more stands that I could put out. Right now I'm switching out my stands and rotating them. But if I get enough stuff that I can have both of them out at the same time, I'll do that. But until then, I just have one out and then I kind of rotate it. So that's my plan for this year. I'm still stitching. I will still be finishing. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys are all having a good new year. I hope 2022 is even better than 2021. Maybe 2021 wasn't the best. Maybe it was good. But hopefully it's even better than that. So thank you for joining me today. I'm going to go let puppies inside since apparently they don't know what they want. I'm going to let Moose outside so he can join his friends. I think he's sleeping on the couch. So he's actually being very, very good. So, all right. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.